Hello everyone, let's try out Master of Orion. It's about to enter early access. I was able to snag an early access code thanks to a person at Wargaming. I happened to have their email and they were really open to this and were looking for Let's Players and stuff. So, let's party, shall we? It is the one connection I have. So, yeah, new game. Let's just go to it.
Cloudy planet Altair. The proud Alkari are an old race of avian hominids. Although
Not to be confused with alien hominids.
Disposition, they are fierce in combat and will rarely back out of a fight if they believe they have just cause.
You know what? Let's do it. And we're gonna battle against everyone else. Can we change our color? It's looking like a no, but that's okay. I'm a big fan of yellow. And we're just gonna go with the defaults. Big Bang Seed. Ooh. Yeah. That's a very elaborate way of, it's very reductive. Going all the way back. Anyway, for those of you who aren't familiar with what happened, we'll talk about it in a minute.
Honorable Alkari roosted on the craggy peaks of Altair.
They used to call me Craggy Peaks in high school.
Honor and discipline, their proud lineage mastered the skies, and with them, all that which lays below. But their hearts yearn for ever wider horizons.
That is a nasty-looking planet.
It is time now for the Alkari flock to put their abilities to the ultimate test. To soar beyond their golden clouds and seek out new skylines in the endless wild black yonder.
Ooh, I thought he was going to say the line for a minute. To seek out new things and new groups of people living in a structured context?
Ah, Your Imperial Highness, such an honor. Greetings, blessings, salutations. Yes. I'm here as your...
Great.
May I interrupt?
Nope. So, they'll be doing that a little bit. That's your noob friendliness. They added star lanes again, just like in Master of Orion 3. It is, as far as I can tell, the only thing they stole from Master of Orion 3, and more power to them. So yeah, the story of the game, as a game proper, goes... Whoa, we have an unexplored thing in our homeworld. Wargaming.net saw that Master of Orion, as an intellectual property, became available. And so, what they did was bought it. Because they're like, hey, we have to. We gotta get it. What are we looking for here?
Welcome, Your Highness.
And for starting research, we're going to go for government right away. We'll hang out with that guy more later. The voice acting for the game is actually top-notch. I'm going to take care of you guys. He's telling us how to play the game, but you've got a Let's Player here who has played the other games in the series. Not to brag here. Brown stars. Well, we did pretty well considering they normally host no planets. So it wants an order. I'm gonna have it party with the colony ship momentarily. And we'll just move them both to that warp point. So moving somewhere in a solar system takes a turn. Moving between stars takes, you know, how many. And we need to explore every single planet individually. So we'll get there. Anyway, the story goes that the IP became available, and so Wargaming's like, hey, we really got to get Master of Orion because we're fans, and you can tell with how they're handling it. And they're like, we got to start up the series again. And even in the email I got from the guy who sent me the key,
The Academy has worked tirelessly on...
he's like, you got to spread the word. Master of Orion's back. And it's like, About time. Thankfully, a lot of people identified that there hadn't been a game like this in a while, because for about a decade there was nothing, and then Galactic Civilization sort of tided us over, and there's been a few, sort of, I think a generation of gamers sort of grew up loving the game. Off you go. I would say there's definitely a couple touchy things about it, but it's early access. So, you know, like the textures are low res there. For some of the races, they're higher res, for some they're lower, and that's just the sort of stuff that they're gonna, you know, finish. Off the usual warp points. Ah. Okay, so we have to go off of the warp point, but I'm willing to check it out. Interesting. I've never seen an anomaly before. What do we have in the Echidna system? And some sort of hedgehog knockoff. That's looking toxic. Yeah, great. This one's pretty good, though. I'm going to see if we can do one better. But for the Alkari as well... Oh, they're from a Terran homeworld. I was hoping it would be Arid. Different races in this one have different sweet spots. Thus far we're just hitting... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Because that's carrying one of our population units, so colonizing it quickly is valuable. We're about to get that research lab, so... Or, pardon me, that automated factory, so I'm just going to queue up a research lab to replace it. Should I buy it? You know, no. No, we're not going to do that. There we go. Show queue is what I was meaning to click. I'm still getting familiar with the interface. It's been out for -1 day, so we're all noobs at this point. And do you feel lucky? I'm getting a gas giant vibe from this one, especially because it's farther from the sun, or the star. Hello, nurse. Special gem. Great show. And that just bumped to the top of the colonization hierarchy.
You come across the broken remains of an unbelievably advanced alien research facility.
How do you know I don't believe how
Only
advanced it
one of
is?
its consoles seems to be in working order. It takes some of your brightest scientists to decipher a small amount of the data from within it, but it is enough to spearhead a new technological breakthrough.
Boom. We learned about economics. I feel like that's a little underwhelming for a breakthrough.
Marvelous!
By studying this ultra-advanced civilization. Oh.
You are now before the hierarch of the Sacra Brood. Threaten not my progeny, and you and yours may live on.
That seems like an extremely reasonable proposition. Bueller? Alright, we're right by Skla. Alright, we got engineering. We already knew about that. Double dipped on the technologies, no big deal. Well, time to check out, you know, everything else that's there. I guess we gotta duck back first. I guess the idea is they're at risk of getting lost in space right now. Alright. First things first, you gotta zip over there. So, some people might be a little... looking like a gas giant. Yep. Well, that is a point for my brief studies of solar biology in university. Or solar geology, pardon me. I don't know nothing about solar biology.
Amazing! Look!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Colonial Revenue Services. Ugh. I mean, I guess we really could use it. Space Factory. We'll worry about that later. It sounds like something we should work towards, though. The missile base also is something we should work towards. So we're going to put it in the queue, and it'll probably get demoted every time we find something nifty. So it'll just be eating mostly surplus production for now, I think. Alright. We're about to colonize. If you are familiar with the very first Master of Orion, we'll talk in a minute.
This is the controller of the Cylon Quanta. I am certain we have much to learn from each other.
Cool. Keep it
Is
real.
that a... Wait, no. No, wait. Yes, it is.
Yep, viable planet. So we just right-click on it. If you're familiar with the very first Master of Orion game, pardon me, I gotta press this button. Listen for the little tune here. Not yet. It's just a delightful little touch. That little melody is from the very first game, which had like barely any music in it. But I think the peeps at Wargaming are managing the series well. Some people might not like that they're taking a lighter take on sci-fi. Some people only like their sci-fi hard. But for my money... That's disappointing. Hopefully we don't force an encounter when we go there. For my money, the original Master of Orion game was kind of... like, not goofy, but it wasn't serious by any stretch. I'm going to move him to the warp point so he can kind of defend both of our planets right now. Gonna throw that change up real quick. Yeah, the original Master of Orion, like, it was kind of goofy. It was... the aliens were cat people and lizard people and, you know, bear people.
The Academy has worked tirelessly on this, Highness. We soar ever higher.
Great. I'm feeling good about it. Now we have our first real decision here. Xenodiplomacy seems useful. ECM jammer. Okay, missiles are powerful in this one. Shields ever important. They borrowed battle mechanics from Orion 1 and 2, and I guess in the loosest sense 3. Fusion drive. Not sure why it says population growth minus 25%. Okay. Trade treaties would be very useful. Ooh. Reveal all planets so we could scout faster. And electronic computers. So this is a mechanic for Master of Orion 2. Replacing the battle computer system in Master of Orion 1, which is fine. And if you're not sure what either of those mean, we'll get to the good stuff. Don't you worry. Pollution is something we have to keep an eye on. That's not some sort of play on words about ions. Okay, you guard right there. So Altair Prime is actually much more valuable here, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Okay, we've got our tabs here. This is just our colony screen for Master of Orion 2 with a little bit of generalized information on the left. It's good. It's good. We're going to stick with balanced. We've talked to that guy. Destroyers, I believe we implicitly researched. And we can, you know, design them, put more guns on. This should be very familiar to Master of Orion 2 fans. Boom. We're winning. The SAC are going to be tough to... Oh, never mind. We're in second. The SAC are going to be tough to overcome on that one eventually. This is the Planets tab for Master of Orion 2. I forget if it was in 1 or not, but it's usually a good shortcut to determine where you should colonize. So, yeah, we can flag ones we're interested. This is what we're looking at here. Biome. So we can ignore those gas giant ones for now. Orion 3 had alien life that lived in gas planets. So we can, you know, keep our eye out for that as like a technology that comes up. I think they've announced all the races and there's none like that. Anyway, Echidna 3 would be a really good colonization option. So we'll just flag that. And that's about the best we're looking at right now. Alright. Time to talk to the neighbors. Assign a spy mission. Well, we won't get into that quite yet.
What is it you seek here?
Well, we just kind of want to...
We're listening.
Guess we need to kind of work before we get there. No, I'm not going to be a jerk.
You make yourself scarce now.
You got it, buddy. So we don't have a ton of diplomatic options right now. That's fine. We're maybe going to work on that someday soon. Yeah, volcanic. That's just too terrible. We found Mentar. The stars, by the way, do follow some rules, although they're probability based, so you never know when you're going to get burned. So, for example, there aren't really actually any planets orbiting this orange star, even though there's a good chance of that. They're slightly older stars. In the way Master of Orion 1 and 2 logic works is older stars tend to lead towards...
Look!
That's fine. Older stars tend to have more stable ecosystems.
Is that a... Wait. No, wait.
Space monster. Ah, good old space dragon. Probably hiding a really good planet. We don't have the scanners we need to actually do anything with that. I wonder if he's going to hunt us down. Well, that's what early access is for. Traditionally, a missile salvo is enough to take them out. Ooh, this is good. And artifacts. That's in the ballpark of usefulness. In this great ballpark of usefulness we call life. That is also good. And we will be in a race against the Sakura to get to it. And the Cylons. They actually might really not like if we came here. Well. Time to make that happen. I'm a fan of how... Oh, but I really want to get that. Okay, what I'm going to do is a common little trick where we spend a little bit of money, because there's probably only 1 or 2 production left on it. We spend a little bit there. I'm going to queue up the colony ship right now to make sure I don't forget. Which is going to eat up a population unit as well, which is its own little problem, but again, no rush. How are you guys doing? Still working on that automated factory. Well, it'll help lots. We're not going to buy it, though.
What? Oh, yes, that!
Okay, so they're kind of like star bases and galactic civilizations, if you're familiar with that. We'll queue one up, because why not? Also, again, anything called Space Factory, I'm all about it. Look at this hub of economic activity. See, we're at pollution. We might have to try cleaning that up soon. Looks like we're getting a little lax about it. Okay. Also, something I forgot to take care of. Ooh, buy 360 and we didn't get carryover. That's fine. It'll become affordable fairly quickly. Let's take a look at our research situation.
Highness!
We've got a ways to go.
Welcome to GNN.
Featuring
Galactic
Lieutenant
News
Barkley.
Network.
You are tuned to GNN, the only network that tells you what you need to know. Bringing it to you.
Foul play suspected, really?
Galactic News Network, the galaxy's most reputable news source.
Alright, well, that's just introducing us to GNN, which is also something from the original Master of Orion. Lots of homages there, although most of them are sort of based on mechanics. It's a good thing. Nothing good there. Kind of tempted to see what Space Dragon's guarding, but it would be suicide. A space eel, which looks like a intestinal worm, making me like it even less. If truly there is something miserable in this universe, it's an intestinal worm. $276 is still kind of expensive. Oh, I'm not so sure about this. You know what? It's a let's play. Throw down some money so we can make some money. That's 7 per turn we're getting now. Gonna assume that this is just a scout. Good. You know, come on by. We're all friends here for now. Alright. Now that we've got guaranteed production coming from the automated factory, we're just going to let it do its thing and work on food, because that's really your population growth. Also, a nice little thing is they show the empire-wide effect of research, which I really like. Looks like the ecology, or the ecosystem, is cleaning itself up on its own, which is a nice touch. Or it just degraded by 1, and that's what they're telling us. Who knows? Alright, very carefully. We're going to avoid that one. They're just scouting everything out. Everybody's being cool. No need to destroy them with a frigate, even though I'd love to show you the battle system. Not great. Although the way population growth works in this one, and the way production sort of has diminishing returns, which is a fantastic mechanic, planet size isn't quite as critical as it has been in other ones. Like in Master of Orion 2, for example. If you can get a huge ultra-rich, there's... like, you're home free.
The Academy has worked tirelessly on this, Highness. We soar ever higher.
There we go. Travel speed times 1.5. Upgrade them all.
Skylord, look!
And it showed us the effect that that cost was going to have. Alright, we're going to try getting some diplomacy done here. Even though, I mean, we'd have more fun with the weapons. Hauntes. How disappointing. we already did that. Well, let's take a look at this one. 3221, not great. Even less great. Alright, I'm going to have to give this a thumbs down. We were talking about planet or star types earlier as well. So the idea is the older stars have more stable ecosystems in the planets around them. Younger ones tend to burn hotter.
Burthen and Warren don't come cheap, so let's help with both.
Okay, what are you going to share with me? Oh, we just share our star charts. I don't think that's an advantageous trade for me, but... Well, the Opus system. It happens in Irish wounds. Yeah, the Cylons went for Bueller, which is to be expected. They'd probably also get prickly if we colonized near them. Oh, I'd still like to get that one. But you know what? We're figuring stuff out. Yeah, let's accelerate that by a turn. What else is money good for?
May I interrupt?
Alright. Alright, so we're going to go to a node, I guess. And try to bottleneck there? Or these asteroids? So it's a little bit like the outpost. What are we going to build? An asteroid laboratory. Which costs us money, or we could build this, which makes us money. Yes. The planet construction technology was fantastic, so it's cool to see a mechanism for that now. Also gives us a way of constructing in planets that have only one type, so that's good to know. Well, I'm going to say $2 doesn't seem like a lot given our income right now, so we're going to go with the asteroid lab. Alright, we have knowledge of all of these now. Let's zip yonder. And I'm going to end this one here. In the next one, more exploring, and maybe we'll get to some of the other X's. I'll see you there, everybody. Thanks for watching.